Websec.fr challenge, and the challenge I'm going to be doing today is going to be called level 14. And level 14, if you see right here, is considered a hard one, and I already solved it, and I guess I'll show you guys how to do it too. So with level 14, we get secure execute code. Don't you love these PHP executing services like 34lg.org? I've never heard of this. Let's try this out. Maybe it redirects us. Unfortunately, these are they are so we made our own, and we only allow echo, print, string length, string compare, and string compare. When you're limited to 25 characters only, try it out. So we're limited on the amount of stuff that we can do. So I guess, how do we solve this challenge? How do we do this? How does one solve it? So one things we want to do is check out. It becomes a thing where we have to read the code itself and see what's going on. So if you check the code right away, one of the things you start noticing is that display error, post code, substring, I hate PHP. Also, it posts the I hate PHP, this part, and we execute it, does that. So I think we changed this. We get like something else. So hello, that'll execute hello. So yeah. So if we keep going down, we see thanks to an anonymous contributor for this level, and then 14 small securely coded code. If I had to guess, I would say that the flag is in shop, $ flag. So I guess it's telling us where the flag is at. And then we have more stuff right here, and this is the thing we want to look at. So we have thing right here. So we have unset, string length, print, string compare, and string compare. If we check back right here, these are the stuff that's that we could use for the most part. So these are the allowed functions that we could use. And then we have functions array. So we can't use eval, include, require, or function, because if you see right here, these are part of the blacklist. So eval, include, require, function, this, all that, star, tilde, all this, and then global sessions, vars, files, server requests, cookies, get, post, and everything. So a bunch of stuff is basically, so I guess the main thing you gotta focus on is these stuff are basically blacklisted, so we can't use them. And then for every, so yeah, this is gonna tell us that if it's there, we can't use it. So I guess if you could test out what happens if you put eval, we probably get like some kind of error, execute, insecure code detected. And if you check right here, false for every if insecure equals true, so that means it probably marked as true, then it broke off, and then insecure code detected. That's what happened. So we're asking ourselves, how do we solve this challenge? How do we do this? So what we're gonna use is, I already have the payload already here, is basically use something like echo new finfo 0 /. So what does this do? So what finfo does for the most part is to read an object. So this class provides an object-oriented interface into a file info functions. Basically allows us to read files, returns the system for I guess reading in files. So we have that. Now what does new mean? So new in PHP, what does that do for the most part? What does that do? So if we do new in PHP, we see that new in PHP command. So what does this do? New keyword PHP. So it's used to create an object from a class. So that's what we're gonna do with this one. We're gonna create an object with a class. And now we have echo, which for the most part is allowed, and that means we can print stuff out. So what are we doing? So with finfo.0, that basically means we're not setting the flag file. And now what does this part mean? It means that we're trying to read in a class object from the root directory. That's basically it. That's basically what we're trying to do at the moment. So if we run this specifically and execute, and I guess we're also limited to 25 codes only. So if you just grab this and put this like in if we just, I guess, count it out too. We count it out. We're like, let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22. That's basically 22 characters, which is less than 25. So if we run this, it executes it. We see a bunch of error warnings happening. The reason being why this error code is happening is because file info is supposed to read in is it can only read in objects, but what it's trying to do is reading in values from a string or reading values from some kind of file. And since that's not an object, it's generating out warnings or errors. And one of the warnings or errors that it prints out is basically the flag that we need, which is Websec. That must have been some 50 nifty PHP trick you had there. So what I'm gonna do is basically just grab onto this, and then later on just like post it right here, and then validate it, which we already did beforehand. And if we validate it, we get you already submitted it. You have already submitted, which means I already solved it. So yeah, that was basically it for this challenge. Is mostly like, I guess, understanding what new file info does, and that it generates an error at the end if it can't read that specific object. And like I was saying before, this file info is supposed to read in objects. In this case, what it tried reading was flag files, so that's why that error generated. But anyway, that's about it for me, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.